Guess what? We updated the server to 1.20.4 and we now have access to the experimental 1.21 features. Woo! Yeah, that's so cool! Amazing! Most of this episode is going to revolve around the crafter. See, the crafter's a funny little dude. If we put in 1 piece of redstone dust, we will find that the power level on this line is 1. If we go ahead and put 2, we'll get a power level of 2, and so on, so forth, until we get to level 9. Now, after it reaches level 9, no matter how many redstone dust I put in here, it's still going to remain at 9. And if I were to get a redstone signal from this decorated pot, which is another thing for the 1.21, or I guess, was this a 1.20.4 feature or 1.21 feature? I actually can't remember. But if we go ahead and put in 37 items to the decorated pot. Okay. Now, if I put in 8 items, nothing should happen, right? But then when I put in, well, that's 8 items. Put in 9, then I get a redstone signal. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for, actually. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get a repeater, a block, and then let's go ahead and do this. And what I'm going to do also is put a target block, and there we go. We got ourselves a system that will condense our redstone into a block. In fact, I have a shulker box full of redstone dust. Let's go ahead and put all that in there. I'll grab 9 more just to get us started, and let's go ahead and throw that right there. Put this up on top, and let's see how this goes. All right, perfect. One piece of redstone dust at a time, and we are getting our redstone blocks condensed. This is perfect. Okay, now if I were to put a hopper in front, it's now going directly into the hopper, so I don't have to worry about the items being on the ground. Dude, this is great. The only problem is the system is really slow. As you can see, we're pulling just like a few items at a time. It's at hopper speed, we gotta remember that. So I'm actually curious if we could do something a little bit different. So whoops, that's not gonna work. So if I did a double chest like this, and then I took the redstone dust like this, would it go out twice as fast? Ooh, look at that, look at that. Okay, so we can make it faster. Okay, I let curiosity get the better of me. I want to see something. So I don't even need all that redstone. I could literally just have 2 observers. And as long as whatever I'm crafting doesn't end up crafting something else, I could literally just do this. And with that, I could have other spaces going into this one auto crafter. Or I guess it's not called an auto crafter. It's just called a crafter. Boy, oh boy, the gears are turning, folks. Also, you may be wondering, what's all this going on around my base? Like there's something hanging on the hands of the deep. We got some planks on the ground. It looks like some cat or bat ears. I'm assuming cat, and then they're treating this as like their litter box. We might have to do a little bit of investigating to find out. No. Ah, I see. Maybe? I have concluded nothing. Maybe we'll leave the detective work to the detectives. Oh my goodness, I just realized, hold on, where's all my copper? I need more copper than this. Another thing I really want to play around with is actually the copper bulb, and we got a few right here. And what I like about those is that with a press of a button, I could turn on lights and they stay on, which I think is really cool, and then another press and I can turn them off. I love that. I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do with some of these things yet, but right now, I'm really enjoying playing with them at the very least. Now, what I really wish we could do is have a dispenser with a decorated pot in it, and when it activates, it actually gets plopped down right in front of the dispenser. Just because I actually have a few ideas for stuff for the deep. Like if we had treasure rooms that players could go into, break all the decorated pots and get some treasure, and then afterwards, when the dungeon resets, then we could like dispense some new decorated pots. But you know, maybe one day we'll get that functionality. And actually, folks, I have an idea. Let's go ahead and make a copper farm, and then we could use the auto-crafter to auto-craft the ingots into blocks. Here's the thing. I like copper. I like it, how useful it is now. I like all the new blocks we get from it. But currently, I don't think anybody has a copper farm, and I think we can really leverage that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clear out this little area right here, and I'm gonna get to work. Wait a second, guys. I've been working on flattening this area out, and then I realized that I actually have a really flat space right over here. It's the reason I have this beacon here. I have this entire underside flattened out already that I could probably use for this and then just light up the surface area. Alright, so I cleared out the obsidian pillars. If the dragon does get respawned, then I'm gonna have to dig it out again, but that is perfectly fine with me. But let's go ahead and get started with building the copper farm. And this was a design I found by Crispy Craft, so if you want to do this yourself, you can go ahead and take a look at that tutorial. Link will be in the description below. Okay, I have built the main portion of the farm. Now I just need to go light up the surface and then bring a few zombies in here. Okay, and I was using FreeCam to see when a zombie would spawn down here, but then I noticed there is literally a zombie spawner right below this section. So we could really make this easy. All right, gentlemen, let's do this. Ow! Spawned right behind me, dude. All right, let's go. Hey, hey! All right, upsy daisy. Or you can take that block too. Let's go, champ. And bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if this works. Let's go, buddy. Oh, dang it. You know what? I didn't make a way down there for him, did I? Alrighty, buddy. Hold your breath. We're going down. Hey, hey. You're hitting me. All right, let's go. Man, he almost got me, didn't he? Hello? This way. Hey. That's why he didn't follow me. Oh my gosh. My heart just sank. It just sank right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, buddy, let's go. Let's do this. So I'm gonna give you a couple love taps, okay? We'll see if you spawn any friends. Any friends? No? Yes! Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're gonna head down here. And now we should be able to use the sword. So if I keep going, eventually some more should spawn in. Alright, it looks like we are cooking now. We're getting a couple zombies here and there. Oh, look, we're getting plenty. We're getting plenty, guys. Look at this. They are coming in hot. Let's go. The only problem I really have with this farm is definitely how loud it is. I mean, listen to that. That is just awful. But also that, I mean, this is a lot of entities, and eventually the armor from all these entities is gonna start bouncing around. It's gonna create a ridiculous amount of items. Oh boy, what have I done? Oh, this is horrible. Oh, this is horrible. And then this is exactly what I mean by just too many items. Like, look, these guys over here just have items popping out all over the place. In fact, let's see what that sounds like. It's a bunch of like items going into their inventory as he quickly undresses and redresses, essentially. And then over here as well, there is just way too many items from this farm. So let's take care of that real quick. Okay, and with that, look at how many items are here, and then all this XP as well. Get away from me, XP! Get away! Please! Anyway, we got so much rotten flesh. We got a lot of armor. This is nuts, dude. And a chicken, apparently. But because of all these items, I don't think we're gonna be able to do the crafter block setup here like I said we were gonna do, converting the ingots into blocks. But maybe we can do that somewhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we now have 6 and a little bit under half a stack of oxidized copper, which is pretty neat. And then we have this one exposed copper block that just won't change. But this farm is no joke. Seriously, I was lagging out the server because of all the zombies and drowned and items that were just all over this place. But if, oh wow, that's really close. I forgot that this is a 2-block tall space. But if any of the hitchhikers would like to use this farm, I am more than open to them doing so. All they have to do is bring some zombies down here, and if they stand next to this armor stand, just like this, they can hit it with a looting 3, unbreaking, and mending sword and collect a bunch of copper ingots. In fact, before I go, let's go ahead and actually leave these swords here. So the one you're normally going to use is this sword here with looting 3, unbreaking 3, and mending. And then this one you will use to clear out the farm once you are done with it. Otherwise, there's just going to be a farm jam-packed with zombies and drowned and items. It's a mess. And then this one still has not oxidized. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a inside look at what the deep is looking like. Yes, I have been working in the creative server, and we now have the river complete. We have the caves and cavern area complete. Technically, we mostly have the city done. It's very flat, as you can see, but that's really the idea we're going for with it. But that's as far as I've gotten with working on it in the creative world. So yeah, the caves and caverns area is done. River section's done. We have a lot of the parkour set up. Some of them are really set up, like this one actually has parkour to get up to the top. This one, we're just indicating that there will be parkour and it hasn't been designed yet. The city area is going to be really flat, so we're just going to kind of keep it like this, with the exception of this area over here, which is the red light, green light mini game that I call it a mini game. Red light, green light challenge that Gort has been working on the server for a while, on the creative server. He's been streaming it a ton. And so I have to have it go up from the city area up to this point right here. Although right now we are thinking of moving it up because Armor Blue's working on this section, which is the reef area, and she made a beautiful mosaic out of stained glass panes, and right now this section is going to be in the way, so we definitely don't want that. So the plan is to move this section up so that it's not in the way, and that's currently where I'm at. So after that, I still have to work on the dripstone caves over here, and then I have to work on the temple ruins as well, which is right down here. Now, what I've been telling people when they get on the creative server and they take a look at this is that the grass blocks in this case represent bedrock level. So this is the very bottom of the world, and then up there, that dirt, no, that's not dirt, that's wool. That's wool, everybody. That grass block layer up there, that's sea level. And so that's how we're measuring this. So this is all the way down at the bottom, and that's where it's staying. Gort has been working extra hard on getting the red light, green light challenge done, and Armor Blue's been very, very helpful working on the reef area. All in all, I'm happy with the progress so far. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell to get notified when I upload a video. And if you're not following already, please consider following me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and supporting me on Patreon. I'll let CurtisDoesADig. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.